See how the terminal can take your workflow to the next level at Bloomberg.com/professional. In uncertain times, PGIM stands by the clients and communities can take your workflow to the next level. At 1,500 investment professionals are ready with the guidance and support you need now. The insights of PGIM experts are available on demand to provide The investment management business is credentialed. Find out more at pgim.com. That's pgim.com.
Business, economics, finance, we drive the conversation forward. This will be a busy week. We have Washington, D.C., we have jobs data, we have more 2Q earnings. We'll bring it all to you. This is Bloomberg.
Markets, headlines, and breaking news 24 hours a day. Is a Bloomberg Business Flash.
And I'm Karen Moscow. U.S. stocks are advancing along with European shares as positive economic data counters pessimism over a resurgence of COVID-19 cases. Bonds are slumping. We check the markets every 15 minutes.
Yeah. Got a piece of the rock.
Fish don't fry in the kitchen. A bean don't burn on the grill. Took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. Now we're up in the big leagues, getting our turn at bat. As long as we live, it's you and me, baby. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
We're moving on up to the east side. Yeah, we are moving on up. That's Lenny Kravitz's mom, you know. You see that lady right there? That's Lenny Kravitz's mom. She's Miss Jefferson. Oh, fucking Jefferson. Miss Jefferson's my niggas. Oh shit! Insurance. Oh shit! That's some racist shit right there. We're talking about some racist shit right there. Is Joe Biden a racist or is Conte the racist? Are we all the racist for seeing what we're seeing, where a president of the United States is picking a black woman? Black woman. It's her time. It's her time. It's her time in history to be president of the United States. Why? Because she's black. And because she's a woman. So Joe Biden is getting ready this week. This week, the convention is next week on August 17th. The cheating, dirty Democrats will hold a DNC convention, a rigged convention, and swear in Mr. Joe Biden. But Joe Biden, it is left to Joe Biden to pick a VP. And Joe Biden has been vocal about picking a woman. He has said vocally woman, but he wants a brown woman. He wants a black woman. He wants a black woman. Why? Why black woman? Why is a black woman? Why not? What happened? This clip will be about what happened to merit. What happened to picking the best candidate for the job? Right? What is the definition of, what is discrimination? What is racial discrimination? What is racial discrimination? According to the EEO, race discrimination involves treating someone, an applicant or employee, unfavorably because he or she is a certain race or because of personal characteristics associated with race, such as hair texture, skin color, or certain facial features. Color discrimination involves treating someone unfavorably because of skin color, complexion. Now, we are treating black women favorably, but who's being treated in that respect? Who is getting, when someone gets pushed to the front of the line, that means someone is getting cut in the line, right? The people of merit, the people who have worked very hard in this lifetime, in this single life, to somebody asked me about my tooth. My tooth still hurts, right? And so nobody ever told me, did I pull my tooth myself or did I go to a dentist? Nobody gave me an answer. Nobody guessed. Did Conte, let's do a survey before I begin. We're going to look at all of the contestants, all of the crazy black women. We got them all. I got them all lined up. We're going to look at Karen Bass, Stacey Abrams, Tammy Duckworth, who's not black, happens to be Thai. Amy Klobuchar, she's too white. Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, she's too white. These are all the possibilities. Val Demings, black. Susan Rice, black. Kamala Harris, black. All the blacks. We'll look at the blacks and a handful of whites who are sprinkled in just for flavor. So anyway, did I pull my tooth out myself or did I go to the dentist? So I'll give it away because nobody wants to play. I'm looking at the chat. Nobody wants to play. All right, I pulled it myself. There it is. Look at that beautiful tooth. Right? See that gap? I pulled that shit out, man, because that shit was dangling. How did I get it out? How did I get this tooth out in one piece? How did I do it? It's all rotten on the other side. I don't want to show you that. I don't want to gross you out. But it's a rotten fucking tooth, right? How did I do it? How did I do it? I've got the tool, the magic fucking tool, right? See, in this day and age, you got to take care of yourself. I believe that. I don't believe in doctors. I think I tried to set up an appointment with a dentist. They gave me the runaround. You have to go get x-rays, full mouth x-rays, and you have to go to an oral surgeon, and you have to go here, and then you have to go there, and then, and then injections and all this bullshit, right? All this bullshit, no numbing agent. You don't need a numbing agent for a tooth that's almost fucking falling out. You just got to hang on it. And I watched a lot of videos. I didn't do it. They're not rusty pliers. These are not rusty pliers at all. These are what the dentist uses. This is a number 18 extraction tool. I got this on eBay, $5, right? It's solid, man. It's fucking heavy. It feels like pliers, but this is what the dentists use. They use a variety of things, but this is the actual tooth pulling fucking tool that they use, right? So you get the right tool, and then you watch a bunch of videos about dentists, you don't actually pull a tooth. I've seen stupid videos where people try to pull a tooth, but what you're doing is you're actually twisting. You're twisting very light. It doesn't take much to get a tooth out. You lean on it. That's what you do. You clamp and then twist until you feel it's like ready to go, and then you just stay there, and then you'll hear it in about a minute. It'll just go, and then it'll start to swerve back and forth, and it comes right out. So does it hurt? Yeah, fucking so a little bit. It hurts less once you get it out. So that's the deal, man. That is the deal. That's the deal. It's like a quantum epic says I can't listen. No, it's true though. It doesn't. Why is it so offensive for someone to tell you that they take care of themselves like that? Right? It was a lot of blood. There was blood. When you pull a tooth, you get that thick red blood, and then it passes. You patch it up with paper towel. Just hold the blood back, and then it's done. Right? The whole process didn't even take 10 minutes. Right? Did I do an X-ray before that? Did I know the tooth was gone? Yeah, I did know that. I knew right away. I knew the tooth had to come out. So anyway, that's how you take care of yourself, right? For $5, I'll sell these to you for 10. And I'll show you. Look, I'll even make a profit. I bought these for $5. I'll sell them to you for 10. If you want the tooth, you want my rotten tooth. I got to think about that. I got to think about if I want to sell my rotten tooth, man. So anyway, thank you all for joining me. We're going to explore the black experience in America, because you now have black privilege. If you're a black woman, you can become vice president, maybe even president, because Joe Biden is senile and half dead, and has already determined that he will not run for a second term. Joe Biden, sleazy Joe Biden, the groper, will not run for a second term, right? So look at this. So race discrimination, right? That's it, right? Race discrimination in work situations. The law forbids discrimination when it comes to any aspect of employment, including hiring, firing, pay, job assignments, promotions, layoffs, training, fringe benefits, and any other term of condition of employment. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So for Joe Biden to say, I will only pick a woman and a black woman, is discrimination. It's also sexism. Why a woman? Why just black? Now, I'm not saying that a woman, of course, a talented woman could be president. That's a no-brainer. Of course. A talented black could be president. Obama was talented. Obama won not because of, I don't know. You could argue that there was some degree of affirmative action by the people. Oh, yeah, black guy. But Obama was very talented. Obama was an extremely talented campaigner. He made everybody believe in hope. He was Mr. Hopey Changey. He was talented. Well, what the fuck what's these other black women have to do? You're going to tell me Kamala Harris is talented? Kamala Harris is a angry black. Come on, Kamala Harris. So the point is, why do we have to focus on why this is discrimination? This is the very thing that Black Lives Matter, the fucking jamming that shit in your head, beating you over the head with Black Lives Matter. This shit is racist, man. This shit is fucking racist. They're gonna love this. Is that the play? Is that the play, Joe Biden? You're playing into the Black Lives Matter people because Black Lives, if you pick a black president, then a black VP, then the blacks will flock to you because you picked the black. And Trump's the white. Trump's the white man. White man can't be president. That shit is racist. He's racist because he's white. That's discrimination. All those. Trump is not the racist in the case. Trump has elements of racism when he says the Mexicans build the wall, or he says keep the Muslims out, or he says my black friend. Where's my black friend? Trump's a dummy like that, or other aspects of Trump's racism. There are elements of Trump being racist, but certainly. I think that picking someone deliberately because of their sex and because of their race is highly racist. It's a highly racist thought. So, Marcus Conte reporting. Kindly become a Patreon of this fine work. If you don't consider this fine work, then you got your head up your ass because you don't know what you're talking about. This is real news, real now. You even learn how to pull your own tooth on this show. Or lack thereof. So, kindly become a Patreon. You click the join button down here. You scroll down a little bit. Join. PayPal, one-time contribution. And drop some coin in the tip jar. And this is where all my deleted videos live. And all the archived videos are. And some very cool thumb art. And it just links back to, Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. And YouTube. Feed the robot. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. We love you. YouTube is so great to us. YouTube is a gift of God. Unfeed the robot. So, anyway, black. It is good to be black today. God damn. Look how good it is to be black. So what the hell are we watching? So that was the Jeffersons, man. Remember the Jeffersons? The Jeffersons, check this shit out. Let's watch this, man. So race and gender. Watch Archie Bunker. You remember in the 70s? In the 70s, this was the hiring token women. Ooh, that's racist. Hiring token women, says Gloria.
Not funny, Michael.
I'll see you later. The whole point I'm trying to make is that you take these things like what do you call loyal and love. Well, your colored families, they don't feel them things like your colorless families.
Listen, I got something to say. Gather on it.
Colorless family. That's fucking hysterical.
Everybody, I'm going to make a toast to Archie.
Hi, a toast for my daddy.
It's been a great experience living on this street and watching this wonderful family of Edith, Gloria, and Mike. I want to thank you, Bunker, for letting me know and letting me see that some white folks are better than other white folks.
Well, I wish the whole world could learn that.
Bang! Oh shit! The fucking Bunkers, man. That was racist. Was that racist? Is Archie Bunker a racist, or was he one of the most honest individuals that helped us all see what was in the mind of a isolated white guy, or a proud white guy, or an American? I don't know. But here we are picking our next president, our potential next president. Now, is Joe Biden going to win the presidency? I don't know. You know, you can't rule it out because the Democrats cheat like motherfuckers, right? The Democrats are dirty bastards who cheat. Republicans are no better, but the Democrats are, well, the Republicans are maybe just a stretch better. But the Democrats are dirty, man. They fucking rig elections. They rig the numbers. They throw ballots in the garbage out the back door. They're fucking outlaws, man. Right? Total fucking outlaws, right? They'll steal the shit right from under you, right? So yeah, so can Joe Biden win? Yeah, he can win because it's fucking rigged. It's rigged. They don't like Trump, so they're going to try to rig it, man. So how many dirty Democrats do you have in positions of cheating? This election is not about who's going to get the most votes. It's going to be who's going to out cheat the other. We're in a place in American politics, American elections where one side does not trust the other at all, and for good reason. The other side cannot be trusted. Neither side of the aisle can be trusted to carry out a fair election. That is the truth. That is the reality of our country. Now, there's countries that have replicated and or modeled American democracy, American election systems all over the world. Taiwan, all over the place. Everywhere you have these free and fair elections, democracy, right? That was our influence, right? And some of those places actually have free and fair elections, unless, of course, we don't like who they pick. Like, for example, in Israel, where we said, West Bank hold free and fair elections of West Bank and Gaza, Palestinian people, and they picked Hamas in a free and fair election. The United States said, no, anybody but Hamas. So we don't even honor the free and fair elections when they're free and fair. We say only have, as Hillary Clinton has been documented saying, you don't have a free and fair election until you can control the outcome. And Hillary Clinton said that on I could find the clip of her saying that, explaining how they, as Secretary of State, would go into other countries and manipulate the vote. So they're doing it here, and I think that if anyone in their own skin right now actually believes that the United States of America holds free and fair elections is mentally defected. If you can't, or you're just so gaslit and so blind to the facts of what's going on, I just think that's the truth. So let's go back to black women. Right? Black women pick the black woman. Why? Does it have a majority of the vote? Is it for the vote? Well, it doesn't seem to be so. It seems to be something more, because of the 328,239,523 people in the country as of July 1st, 2019, 328 million people in America. How many of them are black? How many are black? So here's white alone. 76.3% are white. White, but that includes Hispanic. And white people don't consider Hispanics white. And Hispanics don't consider themselves white, so they're not white, motherfuckers. So the real number is white alone. 60% of the country is white alone. Hispanics are 18.5%, and black, 13.4% of the country. Think about that. 13.4% of the country are black. And Joe Biden wants to pick a black woman. So you're only speaking because black men don't like black women, right? I think that's pretty much a given as well. Right? Fucking black men hate black women. They like white women. They like Asian women. They like, you know what I'm saying? Black men don't even like black women. Black men are not even going to vote for the fucking black woman because she's a black woman. They're going to vote for Trump because he's got the money, man. He's got the fucking gold tooth and Trump communicates to hip hop culture. Trump connects with the money and the big fucking gold tooth and the Maserati and the Rolls Royce and the fat gold chain and the spliff. That's who Trump communicates. Trump speaks to the wealth. Trump doesn't diminish blacks, say, oh, you're going to be poor in the ghetto. Trump wants to lift people out of poor and out of the ghetto. Trump says, fuck that. It's all about the money. And hip-hop culture resonates with that. I do not see how hip-hop culture, guys like Kanye West and Pop Smoke when he was alive, how they would say Joe Biden, right? You know, fuck Donald Trump, like the song by Nipsey Hussle, fuck Donald Trump, boom, 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 fuck Donald Trump, boom, fuck Donald, you know, I think it's figurative because I just think that Trump communicates better to that because most black politicians and black women, at least as far as I can see, cater to the poverty mentality of blacks. So here's the numbers. Here are the numbers. Only 13.4% of Americans are black. And half of that, 714, less than 7% are black women. So where is the rationale in terms of numbers to vote, to select a black woman to be the VP, who could, in effect, because Biden is old and senile and could die in his first office. He's 77. And he's already vowed not to run again. So you have potentially the next president of the United States sitting in the balance. Where's the rationale for it to be a black woman? What is the reason? It's her turn? Is it a black woman's turn to be president? What about the Jew? What about the Native American? Weren't they here first? What about a white woman? If you think about the line of people who have been waiting, people who have been in line, why are you overlooking the white woman and escalating right to the black woman? See, this is black privilege. This is racism. This is affirmative action, which is racism in action. Right? Because the numbers, the statistics, look at this. There's 5.9% Asians. There's 2.8% are mixed up. How many American Indians? Less than only 1% American Indian, but they were here first. They were here first. So those are the statistics on it, right? Let's listen to some black women talk, and then we're going to look at each one of the candidates as best we can without getting a little nauseous, and then we'll salute Joe Biden in his pick because it's all very honest and very based in fact, based in reality. What we really need for this country to move it forward is to pick a black woman for vice president. It just makes perfect sense. But no one can explain exactly why it makes sense. Why does it make sense? Because the Democratic Party's base is primarily black as far as they think. In the South, in the deep South, where all the black Democrats can't sway the vote anyway. What's the point? What is the point of picking an inferior person, and I say inferior not based on race or sex, inferior because there was no merit involved. You went over very, very, very qualified people, way more qualified than why not Bernie Sanders? At least humor us and pick the guy who most people voted for. I think that would be a horrible combination. Joe Biden and fucking Bernie Sanders, two geriatrics banging heads against each other. I think the qualified, if you listen to the voice of the, I'm sorry. Let's watch this video and I'll talk more.
Who believes we make excuses for not taking care of ourselves? Yes? All day long. Let me hear from you.
Black
My name
woman.
is Lisa Banks, and I am the only girl in my family. I'm the oldest. So
Black women own the conversation. That's what we're watching here. Black women own the conversation. That's racist. What about what? Why not? You know, it sticks in my head. I was out at that Black Lives Matter rally in one of the videos, and I'm talking to this young kid, right? This fucking 20-year-old kid, and he said that's because you're a racist. I was like, I'm a racist. Why? You don't even know who I am. You have no idea who I am. I'm twice your age, 5 times more experienced. You're just a child. And you're calling me racist? Why? Because I'm white and I like Bay Ridge. I feel safer in Bay Ridge than walking around with you idiots burning shit and breaking shit. Right? That's not racist, right? But the point is that I don't know what the point is. Well, let's listen to the fat black lady.
So I was born with stress. I lost both of my parents back to back. So you go home to your father's funeral. You deal with preparing for them.
Me So Hungry says big beautiful black women. I agree. I'm not here to bash black at all. I don't have an opinion of it. What I have an opinion of is why is Joe Biden selecting a black when we have discriminatory laws in this country that prevent that? Prevent people from, it's the same thing as saying no black. I want a white person. It's the same exact thing. That's all I'm saying. That's my argument here. Is Joe Biden racist and sexist for openly declaring that he will pick a woman and a black? You're supposed to do that in the back parlor. You're supposed to do that and then announce it and then lie and say, oh no, she's very qualified. At least lie to the people. Why are you're just breaking? That's why all systems are broken down. That's why I keep saying it. All systems are breaking down, and that discriminatory law, which, for example, the fat fuck that said I had white privilege at the hospital, Brooklyn Hospital. That case is happening, by the way, in about a week or so. I don't want to give away the details, but because I made the phone call, I got a response. So that's moving along. But there is, when you see blatant racism, just because you're white, you're supposed to take it, and because you're black, you're supposed to give it. And if it's the other way around, if it's the black receiving it and the white giving it, then that's racism. That is fucked up. That's all I'm saying. Is she a big, beautiful black woman? Yeah, I get to, in some people's eyes, yeah. She's probably I would love to talk to this lady, sit down and talk and have a conversation. And if it turns out she's the best presidential candidate in the country, I would say, you know what, you should fucking run for president. But that's not what we're talking about here, right?
Repass, then you go back to work. They only give you 3 days. You go back to work, pay bills, take care of your daughter, your household, but you didn't mourn not one parent, but both parents. And then on top of that, you still got...
I don't know what this video is, but I love the faces. Look at the faces, man. Look at this. This is like black women own the conversation.
Gotta get up every day and go to work.
Why not human beings own the conversation? Why not I own the conversation? Why not you own the conversation? Why does it all have to be all black women in the same room with that same puss? Like, motherfucker. What are you, like a different species? What are you, a different human? You're not the same human. You have to be a different human. You have to be, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. You want to be part of, but then again, you're actively... You're living in separatism. This is separatism on display. This is, we're all black and we all have vaginas and therefore we're all the same and we're against you. It's us against you.
Work and pay the bills and produce and be that person people think you're supposed to be. You're dying inside. You're stressed inside. You're not taking care of yourself. There's no exercise. There's no meditation. Now, today, I'm getting better. The weight is definitely stress. I don't take care of myself.
Who is that? That's Vanessa Williams or somebody? Is that the host? I don't know.
Myself as I used to, but I'm praying about it, moving forward and making small changes in my life. But when that video...
Very smart, very endearing speech. No doubt.
Video came on, I resonate so much with that because that's what I was dealing with.
So I actually want to...
I hear you, me so horny. It's a genre of porno. All right, whatever. But you know what I'm saying. It's a good comment. It cued me to say that black women. She is. I mean, black men love big fat black women. Right? I think this is something on. This has to do with overweight or something. That's why they're all fat. They're not just they're not just by accident all fat.
Us to hold up a little bit before we do this thing where we start blaming ourselves.
So you know what I'm saying? You get the essence of the black. This is black women. This is what it's all about. And this right here is what should be running your country, because they're black and they're women, not because they have massive experience in economic stuff or world affairs or any of that shit. Although some of the candidates we're going to look at really do have a lot of those things. But why do they have? Why they're not picked because of that? They're picked because as a secondary factor in their selection is because they happen to have some qualifications too. So let's look. So here's we'll look at some of the candidates. Let's just look at some of the fake news and the spin. The three women who should be at the top of Biden's VP list. Let's find out what CNN is talking about. The selection of a running mate is among the biggest decision a presidential candidate will make during his candidacy. The decision is particularly weighty when one realizes that 1 in 5 U.S. presidents have not completed their first terms. 1 in 5, wow. At 77 years old, if former Vice President Joe Biden, the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee, cheats his way into wins the 2020 presidential election, he would be the oldest person ever elected president, surpassing Trump, who set the mark in 2016 at age 70. And Biden has not committed to running for a second term if he were to cheat his way or win the nomination. Biden already made history by committing to choose a female running mate. Made history, right? Fortunately for him, there are a number of talented and experienced women who are legitimate candidates for the spot. We believe California Senator Kamala Harris, Florida Rep. Val Demings, and former National Security Advisor Susan Rice should be at the top of Biden's list. That's CNN. So CNN says these three women should be at the top of his list. Why? What is your reasoning? Because they're black and they're women? An emerging consensus that Biden should select a woman of color. University of Virginia professor Larry Sabato, Crystal Ball ranked all 5 of Biden's top vice presidential choices as women of color. I like Crystal Ball. Crystal Ball's pretty clever. She's a smart chick. I don't agree with this at all. I think she's whatever. Well, I have a little less respect for her now, thinking that the top. What's the reasoning? Why? Because they're black and they're going to cater to they're going to swing the vote to blacks. But I just showed you the numbers. Blacks are only 13% of the country, right? And it's not like. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make it. What's the rationale for picking the black woman? Right? That's all I'm asking. What is the rationale? It's just their time. What does that mean? What does it mean that now it's time for a black woman? If I'm wrong, show me what I'm wrong about. I don't see the details of what CNN is saying, what Joe Biden is saying, what all the blacks jockeying for the position is saying. Why are you better qualified than someone who is actually qualified and happens to be a different color or race or maybe even a white man? For shame, right? Generally, the most important factor in choosing a running mate is how that choice shapes perceptions of the presidential nominee. The most important factor is choosing a running mate who shapes perceptions. Perceptions. Not runs the country with ruthless efficiency. Not has the. What is this? This is a fucking talent show. You're doing the same thing you did with Trump. People are just voting because I like Trump. I saw him on The Apprentice. Right? I like Trump. Whether they choose a strong vice presidential candidate or not says a lot to voters about the type of decision making they can expect if the candidate wins office. So in other words, you pick the black woman, and then the blacks line up for a favor. What decision making because you pick the black because she's black. So then you'll make policy that favors black. Is that the thinking? Is that the thinking, blacks? You pick the black woman, and based on CNN's assessment that shapes the perception, and it predicts future decision-making choices by Biden. So that's why you would pick the black woman, and then through that you would get black favor. You would get black privilege. So Biden votes for Biden. CNN says Biden should pick a black woman because then the perception is that he's better for blacks, and then blacks will vote for him, expecting to get more black privilege. It makes perfect sense. I guess I gotta agree, right? On that thinking, think about how sick, how twisted, fucking insane what I'm saying is. That's what we're up against. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with inside the Democratic Party. That dick and pussy are don't matter. What's hanging between your legs is not sex. It's just sex is in your mind. It's how you wear yourself. It's how you carry yourself. If you carry yourself like a flower, then you're more female. If you carry yourself like a muscle, like a stiff penis, then you're a man. A flexed muscle. Boom. That's what we're talking about. So generally, the most important factor in choosing a running mate is how they shape perception. I couldn't disagree more. We concur with 538 Perry Bacon's assessment. 538. 538 is Nate Silva. I didn't. It's usually spelled out in words. That's why I didn't recognize it. We concur that 538 assessment that choosing a black woman is an important acknowledgement of both descriptive, how much a candidate looks like the electorate, and symbolic representation, how a candidate exemplifies an idea that resonates with the electorate. You know, this is so fucking stupid. These think tanks, the people that sit around and come up with this shit, are retards. They really are. Listen to that. It doesn't even make sense. It's so wishy-washy. How much a candidate looks like the electorate? Well, the electorate is fucking white. So if you want to, on that notion, you pick a white person, right? Because 60% plus the Latinos, a Latino will vote for a white person before they'll vote for a black person. In case you haven't figured that out, most Latinos in the ghetto don't like blacks. Now, am I making that up? No, it's the truth. They kill each other. They're all fucking war. Who's who, and within the Latino community, Dominicans don't like Puerto Ricans. Puerto Ricans don't like Cubans. Nobody likes the Mexicans. They all fucking hate the Mexicans. So you got all these subdivisions within race, right? None of it has anything to do with merit. Pick the person that's best for the job. Pick the person because she's black and she's a woman. It's fucked up. How much a candidate looks like the electorate. Okay, we said that. The candidate, symbolic representation, how a candidate exemplifies an idea that resonates with the electorate. Exemplifies an idea. What the fuck are you talking about? What idea? What idea, CNN? What are you talking about? Such a choice would likely shore up positive perceptions of Biden among the Democratic base. A base riled by racial unrest and protests across the country. They don't even get that right. The people that are protesting and rallying are young people. They could give a flying rat's ass fuck about Joe Biden. For the most part. They're out for themselves. Young people are out for themselves, and rightfully so. Because just like I had to pull my own fucking tooth, right, because of the dickheads in the dentistry, young people understand that their government is trying to give them a hatchet job, is trying to put them into slave labor, and they're just not having it. Right? Whatever, Black Lives Matter, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever gets them past, whatever gets you through the night, it's all right. It's all right. I might just pull another tooth for the hell of it, man, because it was fun. So anyway, so that's you. That's fucking. It doesn't make sense. All right, so let's look at the candidate. So here we go. Mark Scott there reporting. What's up in the chat, everybody? Good morning, everybody. We're talking here. We're having a good talk here, right? We're still alive. It looks like the loving CNN has not yanked or pulled the plug yet, right? We're still alive. A lot of people don't want to hear about black women. Subscription is low today, or maybe because I was late. But anyway, thank you in the chats, Vinny DiMartini on the wrench. Thank you so much for your moderation. Weevil Boy is here. Mike Fletcher is here. Bebop Sterling Price, my brother from a different mother, is in the house. I've been in the jailhouse. I've been in the jailhouse too. It's all black. I've also worked for City. I think, in my view, if you follow this channel, you come to realize that I believe that just as a statement of fact, is that some of the most racist people I have ever met, the most hateful, racist, racially divided people, hating me because I'm white, are blacks, are black people. The most, I've met racist whites, but the black racists take the cake. Right? They say it right to your face. Yes, white motherfucker, that white man, white bitch, that white bitch, that white motherfucker. This is in city employment. Right? Well, they do it behind your back. They stab you in the back. Right? And all the blacks line up against you. Lie. I mean, that's just my experience. Some of the most racist people I've ever met are black. So here we go. So Karen Bass. Who the fuck is Karen Bass? From out of nowhere. From out of freaking nowhere, how old is she? Whatever. She's a House of Representatives from California, and is an American politician in the House of Representatives, 37th District in California. She was representative for California's 33rd, a member of the Democratic Party. She previously served 6 years in the California State Assembly. All right, qualified. There's qualifications there. She is a sitting congresswoman and former state assembly. So she knows California law. She's qualified. She's qualified. I get it. But that's not why we're talking about Karen Bass. We're not talking about Karen Bass because she's a congresswoman and has credentials in California. We are talking about Karen Bass because she's a black woman. That's it. That's the reason we're talking about Karen Bass. Is there anything extraordinary that she has done? She won the John F. Kennedy Profile and Courage Award in 2010. Yeah, I won the Horse's Ass Award in the 3rd grade when I played Rip Van Winkle. I didn't win the Horse's Ass Award, but you know what I'm saying. Oh, look, she won a popularity contest. Come on. Bass is on the short list to become Joe Biden's presidential running mate. So what has she done? Early life, was born in L.A., daughter of blacks. Her father was a postal letter carrier. Her mother, a homemaker. She was raised in Venice. Venice, okay, that's a cool neighborhood in L.A. I didn't know they kept the blacks in Venice. So what else? What else can we learn about this lady? What else can we learn? Oh, Karen Bass with Diane Watson. Oh, that's a real connection. All right, so Karen Bass. Let her face sink into your consciousness. This right here could be your next president. Who else? Oh, the beautiful, the glorious Stacey Abrams. Why the blurry shot? Oh, there we go. Stacey Abrams. Stacey Yvonne Abrams is an American politician, lawyer, voting rights activist, and she's in the Democratic Party. Yeah, right. The author who has served in the Georgia House of Representatives. She's the minority leader of Georgia House of Representatives. All right, so she's a petty state senator. That's what she is. She's a state senator in Georgia. Right. Is she picked because of her credentials as a state senator from Georgia? No. It's picked because she's black. She's black and she's a woman. Abrams was nominated was the Democratic Party's nominee in 2018 for governor. So she ran for governor. Whoop-de-freaking-do. She ran for governor and what? And she lost. Early life. She's the second of 6 siblings. Was born blah 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 blah. Legal and business career. After graduating law school, just what we need, another lawyer in the White House. Another fucking lawyer like Obama. Abraham's a crooked scumbag. Abraham's worked as a tax attorney at a law firm. With a focus on tax-exempt organizations, healthcare, and public. There's nothing substantial to it. What has she done great? What has she done? When you win an election, you get to do something great. She lost our election. So, again, we sum it up and put her up. So far, we have Karen Bass, and we have the beautiful, fat, beautiful black woman, Stacey Abrams. Who else? Let's see. Oh, Tammy Duckworth. You've heard her name, but she's not black. But she's still a woman of color. She's an Asian. She's from Thailand. I didn't know that. Lada, Tammy Duckworth, is an American politician and former U.S. Lieutenant Colonel serving as junior United States Senator from Illinois. All right. There's something in this one that is a deal breaker. Right, because she wasn't born in the United States, therefore she can't take the oath of office. That would be a mistake. All right. Duckworth was educated at the University of Hawaii and George Washington University, combat veteran of Iraq. She served as U.S. Army helicopter pilot. All right, she's a fucking war person, a warmonger. She's a warmonger. Let me see the early life. Tammy Duckworth was born in Bangkok, Thailand. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. How does this sound? How does my tooth extractor sound? Ooh, it's got a nice solid sound. Tammy Duckworth was born in Bangkok, Thailand. Swati Cup. Tammy is out, man. Tammy's out. Because she was born in Bangkok, Thailand, the daughter of Franklin Duckworth and Lamai Sampornparian. See, that's a Thai name. Sampornparian. That's a Thai name. Her father, who died in 2015. So this woman, how is that even qualified? You have to pick, if the vice president, someone who is equipped to step into the role on day one. She can't. She can't be sworn in as president because she was not born in the country. But it would be interesting to hear some Thai language. I mean, this is your president, right? This is your picks right here because they're black and they're women. This woman isn't even fucking black. Do people even know the difference? She's Thai. She's from Thailand. Do you know anything about Thai culture? They fucking hate Americans. They think Americans are stupid and lazy and gluttonous and greedy and warlike and violent. That's what Thai people think of. Ask Tiger Wood. Oh, let's talk about the whites. Now Amy Klobuchar, isn't she? She should be. Oh, because she's. What happened to Amy Klobuchar? What happened to Amy? She was so qualified. She was up on that stage, and she was telling everybody how middle of the road she is, and how healthcare is a pipe dream, and fuck revolution and fuck change. Amy Klobuchar, right? Isn't she what she's looking for? If on the merits of what CNN says, the electorate, if you're going to cater to the electorate, why not pick a white woman? Because if that's your only criteria, that who hits the bigger part of the electorate? A white woman. Hillary Clinton. Look how wildly popular she is. So on CNN's own merits, you would want to pick a white woman, right? But why the black? Why all of a sudden the black? That's what we're trying to understand. So here's Amy Klobuchar. She doesn't need much talk because we got to see and learn who she is throughout the debates. She's pompous. She doesn't have that. She shakes when she talks. You remember she shakes, her fucking hair shakes, and she's like, she's determined and shaky Amy, right? what does she represent? What is she going to fight for? She doesn't know. She, you know what I mean? She's just another run of the mill. She lost. She lost the nomination, man. She bowed out. She bowed a knee to Joe Biden. She had buzz going. She had in some states she won 18% of the vote, and she bowed out. She's a loser. Amy Klobuchar is a loser. Look at this white woman. Look at this disgusting white woman. Disgusting white woman trying to compete against more qualified, more entitled black women. Get out of the way, Amy. It's time for a black woman. Haven't you heard? And then there's Pocahontas. Oh, I'll tell you one thing about Elizabeth Warren. If you want to satisfy the progressive movement, the progressive wing, if you want to get the progressive millennials, all the Bernie crowd and all that, pick Elizabeth Warren. That makes sense. If you want to cater to the electorate, not just the blacks, but the overall electorate, this is your pick right here. Now, she's disgusting in many ways. She's a liar. She lied about her heritage. She tried to say that she was not white by saying that she was Cherokee, that she was a fucking Indian. So she's been caught lying many, many times. She attacked Bernie Sanders on a lie, right? Saying that Bernie Sanders said a woman could never be president. Right? Liar. She's a liar and a manipulator and someone whispers in her ear, "Hey Elizabeth, you have to go for broke. You have to character assassinate everybody on the stage, or you'll lose." Right? That's who Elizabeth Warren is. So Elizabeth Warren, and look how white she is, right? She's a law professor. We know. We don't need to talk about Elizabeth Warren, but she's also a candidate. She is also a candidate, but she's too white. Sorry, Elizabeth Warren. I would say Elizabeth Warren actually is more qualified for the position than anyone mentioned thus far, with the exception of Kamala Harris, because she was also on that stage. But Elizabeth Warren and Amy Klobuchar could actually file a discriminatory case against Joe Biden if they are not picked, because they are more qualified. They are more visible. They represent more of the electorate than the fat black women that we've talked about. And, Val Demings. Oh, she's good. Oh, she's good. Val Demings. Val Demings is an American politician and former vice police officer serving as the U.S. representative for Florida's 10th congressional district. All right, so she's another congresswoman. A congresswoman since January 3rd, 2017. That's a credential. That makes you qualified. But that's not why we're talking about you. That is not why we're talking about you. We are talking about you because you're black and because you're a woman. Demings was the Democratic nominee to represent Florida's 10th congressional district from Florida. So here's another one. Another black on the wall of black fame. Susan Rice, who's never held an elected position, is good because of the wonderful thing she does. Susan Elizabeth Rice is an American diplomat, Democrat policy advisor, and former political official who served as the 27th United States ambassador to the United Nations from 2009 to 2013. So she was appointed by Obama as the 24th United States National Security Advisor. That's a big position. She was the National Security Advisor. Rice was born in Washington, D.C., attended Stanford and New College and Oxford. She served as President Bill Clinton's National Security Council. Oh, so she's been around, right? She never ran for office. What a deadbeat on the stage she would make. You're not diplomats don't make it. You got to be a politician. You got to be able to turn to the guy next to you and say, "This guy, you see this Mike Pence guy? This guy's a shit sandwich, America." Pence is pulling Trump's dick. If you like Trump, then you might as well vote for Pence. Right? You're getting, you know what I mean? If you hate Trump, you'll hate him too because he's the same scumbag. Right? Vote for me. Vote for me. Vote for me. Right? That's what you got to do if you're going to run for president. You got to destroy the guy next to you. Is she going to do that? Well, we don't know because she's never run for office. We've never heard her speak. So there's the other black. Oh, she's so qualified and so beautiful. And finally, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. There's others, but we'll just leave it here because this is kind of boring, really. Kamala Harris. This is all going to happen this week. Joe Biden is going to pick somebody, and it's likely to be in this batch. It's likely to be in this batch. So it's time to, if we're going to influence his choice, the time is now. That's what I'm doing. I want to influence it. I want you to pick someone whose credentials are good for the country. I don't feel comfortable with any of these people because, I don't know, just because they're black and they're women. Come on. Kamala Harris, American lawyer, politician. So we saw plenty of Kamala Harris at the debates. She folds under pressure. When attacked, she gets defensive. She starts to point the finger. Tulsi Gabbard destroyed her on her positions on criminal justice in California, where she was locking up people for marijuana laws and all this stuff. You can look at the details of it, but the point is that when under fire, she didn't have the grace or the savvy to flip the attack on her attacker. She wasn't able to do that, right? And Tulsi Gabbard ran her literally out the door. Right? So Tulsi Gabbard was still on the stage. Kamala Harris, who was a front runner, left, quit. Why? Because she couldn't handle the pressure. So Kamala Harris is a cock sandwich right there, a shit sandwich. So here, let's look at all our candidates. Oh, this is the lovely Karen Bass. Karen Bass. You know what we'll do it this way. This sound good, right? Where? Oh, yeah.
You gotta see to believe.
We're gonna watch this. I think this will work. Watch. You're gonna love this. Watch. Let's play it again. Watch. Come on. Oh. Yeah. Karen Bass. Stacey Abrams for president. Tammy Duckworth. No, you're out. You're too white. Fuck you, Amy. Fuck you, Pocahontas. Oh yeah, Val Demers. There you go, right? See? Some fine women, fine. Big Susan Rice. Kamala Harris. Woo! They're moving on up. They're moving on up, man. It's black privilege. Black privilege. So you get my point, right? Mark Conte reporting on black privilege, right? Black privilege, right? You know, I hate to shit on it, but I think that was an essential video. I think this is a necessary video for someone to make, and I'm happy to have made it. I'm happy to have made this video exemplifying or pointing out to the good people on the Democratic side of the aisle that you guys are racist and sexist for many, many reasons, that all you see is race and sex, rather than the merit, rather than picking the person who should be president. Pick me. I'll be president. I'll run with you, Joe. I'm a rising star. There's so many people with talent out there. Pick Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan with 7 million views. Pick Jimmy Dore with a huge audience. Right? Real people. Real aggressive minds. Right? Pick Amazing Polly. That's a weak woman. I don't really like Amazing Polly. She's okay. But pick a strong woman. I can't think of any strong women that I watch. I'm sexist. Ooh, what strong women? Well, I don't know. I got to think about it. I got to think about that for a second. But anyway, so Mark Conte reporting. Thank you everybody for joining me in the chat. And so I don't know. What do you think? I mean, it bothers me. My participant list says Bebop is here, Chris Milk is here, Dead Game, Harkview Cinema. If it's Monday, it's Monday. It is Monday. It's Monday. We'll be at Harkview Cinema tonight at 9:15 p.m. click on Harkview Cinema and follow the page over there. We'll be in the chat. We'll be watching movies over at Harkview Cinema, eating popcorn. JB is in the house. Jason Walsh. Jesley Snipes is here. Me So Hungry, thank you for your commentary. Quantum Epic. Sterling Price on the wrench, my brother from a different mother. And Vinny DiMartini, motherfuckers, is here on the wrench as well. Virgo's Intellect, Weaver Boy, and Willie Diggs are all here, man. Thank you guys, man. All right, De Blasio, Dead Game says De Blasio's wife. I got that. I'll show you that one. De Blasio's wife. De Blasio's wife. Now, de Blasio loves, Mayor de Blasio loves him a black woman, right? This is Mayor Blasio. Let's see. Oh, come on. Copy image. Save image. Open image and new link. Fuck. Anyway, here. I'll show you who he is. So this is De Blasio's wife. She's a black woman. She is black and half his size. Right? That's a good black woman right there. She should run for president. And what about Obama's wife, Michael? So that's De Blasio's wife. If you haven't heard, De Blasio has a black wife. So, Mark's Conte reporting, so who's the racist? Is Joe Biden a racist, or am I the racist for pointing out his racism? Are we racist for demanding that we have a society of merit as opposed to elevating blacks? I love this dude. I love De Blasio's kids. Everything aside, I love his family, man. His family's like cool. Look at this fucking guy with the fro, man. And his daughter, they're very stylish. You see them in New York, they're New Yorkers. Gotta love them. Right? These are stylish young people, man. Fuck their old dumb parents. I'd vote for her. I would vote for her, a young activist, a 20-year-old young black chick, over fucking Kamala Harris. Right? So anyway, man. So Mark's Conte reporting. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm sorry I blew your fucking speaker out, man. That's killing me, man. I'm fucking sorry. Oh, yeah. Let's go over here. Peace, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me. Mark's Conte.